there, I'm Sabrina from PacificSource, and today I'm here with Lewis, the Director of Nutrition from the Oregon Dairy and Nutrition Council. So what do you have for us today, Lewis?
So I don't mean to boast, but check out these berries I found in my local farmer's market. They're practically perfect. See, I've been exploring ways to lead a more sustainable lifestyle and trying to incorporate cooking habits that are not only good for my body, but good for the environment as well.
That's great. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you're doing that? I would love to add some more sustainability tips and tricks to my meal prep.
Sure. There are several strategies we can apply to our eating habits that have a positive effect on our ecosystem. And likewise, sustainable agriculture and farming practices also are an important part of protecting the environment as well. Speaking of which, I have an amazing recipe for overnight oats from the Food Hero program at Oregon State University. Do you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, I would love that. Can you tell me why you love this recipe so much?
So I am not a morning person, so having something ready to eat as soon as I wake up is a huge blessing.
I hear you there.
Plus, this recipe is packed with nutrition and gets an A+ for sustainability.
How so?
So let's take this milk and yogurt, for example.
As you can imagine, it takes a lot to feed a dairy full of cows. So farmers use natural byproducts for making bread, beer, and even clothing. Humans can't digest this, but cows can. That's because cows have different digestive systems, 4 stomachs, that allow them to process cellulose and fibers that humans can't otherwise digest. Animal nutritionist mixes these byproducts into their feed at just the right levels so that they're able to upcycle them into delicious and nutrient-dense milk. So in essence, cows take something that we consider waste and we get something tasty in return. By the way, did you know that milk is a hyper-local product? Hyper-local products are items produced in your community, like milk, yogurt, and cheese, and delivered almost immediately to local grocery stores. For example, it takes milk less than 48 hours to go from farm to grocery store shelf, and chances are you live within 100 miles of a local dairy farm, regardless of where you are in the country.
Wow, now that's fresh.
Not to mention, being local keeps delivery and fuel costs down and helps to support your local economy.
Nice.
Our whole oats and fresh berries provide dietary fiber and healthy energy to help us feel full and satisfied as we start our day, and our yogurt and our milk give us a boost of protein to start our day off strong as well. Our yogurt also contains healthy bacteria called probiotics, which give us a boost of digestive and immune health as well. Lastly, this recipe gives us the chance to put sustainable practices to action, and I'll show you how through a number of tips.
I can't wait.
First, shop local when possible. When you purchase food products that were grown and produced by local farmers, it cuts back drastically on fuel needed to ship goods to market. In addition to the milk we just picked up, I have 1 cup of blueberries, 1 cup of low-fat yogurt, and 1 cup of old-fashioned whole oats, which were all produced right here in Oregon.
So not only are these products sustainable, everything here supports the local economy.
Exactly. My next tip is to utilize reusable and recyclable containers for food purchase and prep.
Oh, I like that tip. I always try to bring my own reusable bags when I go grocery shopping.
Oh, absolutely. So reusable bags like this help us cut back on plastic and paper waste when we go to the grocery store. If a package isn't made of reusable material like glass, look for the recycle symbol and be sure to separate into your recycle bin instead of with your general waste. For this recipe, I'm going to be using 2 8-ounce reusable glass mason jars.
I love those. They feel so fancy.
You can pretty much use them for anything. So why don't we get everything mixed? We'll put them in the mason jars and then we'll throw them in the fridge.
That sounds great.
We'll start with 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. Next, we'll add 1 cup of milk. Then we'll add our yogurt. This is going to be amazing.
I can already smell it. It actually smells really good.
We'll gently stir this together. As you can see, we're using a large bowl. If you're making more than 1 serving, it's a good idea to just put everything together in a bowl like this. Otherwise, if you're just making it for yourself, you can just add everything directly to a mason jar.
That's handy. I think even if I'm going to be making this just for myself, I should probably just use a bowl. Save myself some cleanup.
Lastly, we'll gently fold in 1 cup of blueberries.
Save some for the top. So how's that looking?
This looks absolutely perfect. Now we'll simply scoop into an 8-ounce mason jar.
And save a little room at the top.
Feel free to top it off with any remaining berries. Cover with your lid. And then we'll put this in the refrigerator for overnight. By morning, they'll be soft and ready to eat without any cooking.
I'm really excited to try them.
Well, you are in luck because I made some yesterday.
Yes. All right, thank you. This is so good.
These make a cool, nutritious breakfast or a snack during hot summer months.
What about in winter? Can you heat them up?
Absolutely, you can easily heat them up directly in the mason jar. Just take the lid off and put them in the microwave.
I bet these would taste great with a little cinnamon or nutmeg.
You can absolutely spice it up any way you want, or even substitute the blueberries for your favorite fruit.
These are such great ideas. Thank you for sharing this recipe with us, Lewis.
You're absolutely welcome.
Do you have any more sustainability tips for us?
I do. My last tip is to reuse and repurpose ingredients as often as you can to prevent food waste. Did you know that each year Americans discard more than 100 billion pounds of unused food that could have otherwise been repurposed?
You're kidding.
Unfortunately not.
So what can we do to help?
Consider freezing things like vegetables and fruit like our blueberries, and then repurposing them in other ingredients. We can easily use those blueberries for smoothies or baked goods or for just making more overnight oats.
And what about for the milk and the yogurt?
So ingredients like milk and yogurt are incredibly versatile. You can incorporate them into a plethora of both savory and sweet recipes for meals and snacks, or just enjoy them as is. The key to reducing food waste is to just have a plan of how you're going to use ingredients in advance. I recommend heading to foodhero.org for more inspiration of how to use leftover ingredients in your home.
Thanks so much, Lewis, and thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure.
We hope that these tips help you to lead a healthier and more sustainable life.
And to give you the chance to enjoy the amazing foods produced from your friends and farmers in your community.
On behalf of PacificSource
and the Oregon Dairy and Nutrition Council, be well and take care.